So, hello, Shona.
Hello.
This is Shiv Badlamodi from Prime 9. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. What a pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And sorry we took a little longer time to set this up.
That's
and all
okay.
that.
It'll be worth it in the end.
I hope it will. So, I also want to wish you the best for the mayor elections coming up.
Thank you.
It's on May 2nd, right?
Yes, May 2nd.
May 2nd.
Early voting will start April 20th.
April 20th. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Essentially, I want to see how we can motivate the voters to come out and vote for the individual candidates.
Right.
Mayors and city councils. And all
Right.
that.
There's a couple of things coming up on the ballots.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So I'll straight up jump into the questions.
Okay.
Shona. So as you have seen, viral social media videos calling Frisco an Indian takeover.
Yeah.
I see some smile coming out. Were you expecting this question? Or?
Absolutely. I wouldn't expect any different.
Okay.
Let's hit the issue straight on, right?
Right. Yeah. So I just want to be straight up to the point, and
Sure.
then see what's your opinion and how you want to address and all. Right. So activists have shown up in city council meetings using replacement theory language, targeting Indian Americans.
Mm-hmm.
So as a mayor candidate, right, what concrete steps would you take beyond just words?
Right.
Right, because everybody before the election they talk
Right.
a lot,
Right.
do less,
Right.
and all that
Right.
stuff.
Right.
To push back on that narrative and protect the safety and dignity of this community.
Well, that's a great question, but I feel like it's not something that I will do as mayor. It's something that I've already been doing. So for years, I've been participating in some of the events that the Indian community has put on. It wasn't just at campaign time. We didn't just start doing it when I ran for mayor. I've gone to different events that the Indian community has put on because a lot of the Indian community are friends of mine, right? Like they're neighbors. They are longstanding people who have served in this community. They're volunteers in our community. And I'm very grateful for that. So we are going to continue those relationships. We're going to continue to be involved with the Indian community as if I would be involved with any of our groups in our community. It's not a member of, well, I'm just going to reach out to the Indian community. I'm going to continue to be part of the neighborhood organizations and the things that we've done for years and continue to attend the community events that they do. But going forward, I think there's a couple of things, because you asked the question about how do we make them feel safe and comfortable?
Right.
Well, that's about building relationships. We sit down and we have those conversations. When I learn about you, when I learn about your families, when I learn about the things that you want to do, your businesses, the things you want to grow for your businesses, when I learn about how you want to engage in the community and the passions that you have, then I can find ways to plug you in and I can find ways to work with you on the things that matter to you, because it's different for every individual of our community, right? You may represent a large group within the Indian community, but there's all different types of groups and all different types of people, and they're all passionate about different things. Mm-hmm. So I want to sit down and build those relationships and continue to build those relationships and find out about the things that matter to you. That's how we pull you in and we engage you. And how do we make you feel safe? Well, I think our police department has done a really good job of reaching out to the leaders in the community and being part of the different organizations in the community to learn more about the cultural aspects and the things that matter to you. And we're going to continue to do that same exact thing with the example of our police department. And how do we make sure that you feel safe? We're going to make sure that all the events that you have the appropriate security, and so we're going to continue to do those things.
Okay. So another question I have. This is around the H-1B thing, right? So much of the anti-Indian rhetoric is tied to H-1B visa debate, right? But the data shows that Indian Americans are among Frisco's top taxpayers, business owners and employees. How would you administer publicly make the case of an economic contribution of the immigrant community? And would you be willing to say that clearly and loudly, even when it is politically uncomfortable?
Well, I've already said it. I've already been very public about that. So I think that's the key thing. Like it's not about me becoming, when it's politically uncomfortable. I've already said that our community and the Indian community, even the contributions that you've made to Frisco are very strong, both in the business community, both in the nonprofit space. So that goes without saying. And I think we push that back and say, you are an important part of this community and you are very much an important part of our business community. Your success is a part of what makes Frisco thrive. And I think where there's fraud it needs to be rooted out and dealt with appropriately, and it needs to be prosecuted. But I also think that the members of the Indian community and any other community, those of you who follow the rules, you want those who aren't following the rules to be taken care of. Because if you're going through the process and following the rules, you don't want people going around those, right? So I think that what we need there is to understand that there are bad players all across, right? In every community, there are bad players.
Right.
And those need to be dealt with the federal laws that need to be dealt with them. But the neighbors that we have, the business owners that we have, you need to be respected and supported and taken care of the same as we take care of any other person in our community. And I feel very strongly it's all about respect.
So with the 30% of population, right, the Indian population in Frisco especially, and this Frisco city is being growing like really fast. So being Indian American, is there any representation at the senior levels in city government today?
Within our Frisco City, yes. So we do have our first Indian American city council member that's serving on Frisco City Council. We also have it at the city with this Frisco ISD. We have several representing there. Boards and commissions as well. And I think that's important, right? You need to have it as a reflection of your community. So whatever that looks like. But I also think that we want you to be involved. So we want all members of our community to be involved. And if you have a passion for serving in different areas, whether that's on boards and commissions, whether that's in volunteering, whether that's in coming to our meetings, we want all of our members of our community to be involved and engaged.
Another question for you. So we do see a lot of, traffic, as in like population coming into Frisco and all that stuff, right? So Frisco ISD has a tremendous growth pressure, right? So where do you stand on development impact fees, schools overcrowding, and maintaining the quality of life of everybody, not just Indian?
Right. Well, I think that's the key part of it. So as we continue to grow, and we've only got about 12% left to zone in our community. So we're about to see our development and everything start to level off. And really what we need to focus on now is the quality of development. So it needs to be, we can be more selective. We don't have to incentivize everything. And that's how we are going to take care of the infrastructure a little bit. We make sure that our developments that are coming in, they have to provide for the infrastructure that they're going to need. I think we're doing a good job of getting the infrastructure on the ground as quickly as possible. And we're not just talking traffic, we're talking water, sewer, all the different things that we need for our infrastructure. And I think we're doing a very good job with our plans in doing that. And we're going to continue to see that. And as we level off, what we're going to see is that now we need to start to reinvest in our community. So it can't just be about building new. It's got to be about taking care of some of our older parts of town and some of our older neighborhoods, our sidewalks and our parks, making sure that that infrastructure that's older still looks just as good.
One another question in the same lines. Pretty much if you see in a current federal climate, right, around the immigration and deportation, right, many green card holders and even H-1B workers in Frisco feel very anxious about their future. Right? What message do you want to send to that community?
Well, the message I want to send to you is that if you're doing the things you're supposed to do and following the rules, which I believe many of you are, like the majority of our, again, it's the few bad actors, right, that are painting this broad brush, then you're welcome to be here. You are welcome to be part of our community. You are welcome to be part of our business climate. And we want you to be able to thrive and grow. America was founded on the idea of people coming here, finding their dreams, giving back to the community and participating in that American dream. And so we're here to grow the American dream.
Shona, one last question. So what is your single most important message to them, and why should they come out and vote for you on May 2nd?
The most important message is when it comes to being mayor, we need someone with experience, with solutions to take care of the complex issues that our grown-up city has now experiencing. We can't have somebody who's never had city experience come and lead us through this process. And so I am that candidate that has that grown-up, detailed, complex experience. But the other key thing is I'm relational. I care about you. I care about your success. I care about you being part of this community. And I care about respecting you and the needs that you have. And so that's what I bring to the table as mayor. And we're not just starting that now in the campaign. We've been doing that for years. And we're going to continue to do that as I lead Frisco into the next generation.
Now, that was a lot of serious questions, right?
Yeah.
Now let's...
Absolutely.
I will get some, let's talk some personal, right?
Sure.
So you're a woman.
Yes.
Right? I mean, again, I don't mean to say any gender biasing here, right? I want to be extremely
Yes.
careful
Nope.
stating those, right?
I'm good. I am a woman. Yes.
But you know, because I have a wife, my mom, of course, she passed away a couple of years ago. I have a sister, daughter, everybody, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, women takes a lot more responsibilities than men, right? This, you know, contesting as mayor, if you win, that is going to be like I don't know how much magnitude it is going to be, right? Are you ready for that?
Oh, I'm very ready for that. And I would
Is
say,
your family ready for that?
oh, my family's very ready for that. So our kids are grown. Well, our kids are all adults now. So, but I think, you know, being a mom and a wife and a professional and an executive, I think I've experienced all the different things that come with leading a community. But it's not just about the executive experience. It's also about being able to relate to the different people that come in and the different needs they have. And how do you answer all of those and juggle all of that at once? And I'm very good at that. My family is very supportive. My husband is very supportive. And so, yes, I am very ready to lead this community forward.
A normal person like me who has to reach out to mayor, I have a problem, some problem, right?
Yeah.
I have to reach out to you.
Yeah.
How do I reach out to you?
So there's a couple of ways. You can reach out to me on social media and send me a message. I also think half the community has my phone number. If not, probably at least close to 50%, if not more than that, has my personal cell phone number. And that's how a lot of people reach out to me, or they reach out to me through my email. And I can give that to you and you can post that there. So those are all ways to reach out to me and to connect with me.
And then you're going to respond to them like...
I respond very quickly because I think that's part of this process, right? Like you need to be able to respond to the questions that people are asking. It may take me 24 hours to respond because there's so many that come through, but I think that's part of it. I sit down for coffee with anyone who asks because I think that's a part of the leadership as well. We're not such a big city that you don't see me at activities, you don't see me in the grocery store, you don't see me at events. Come up and say hi, connect with me. That's all part of what we do.
So do you plan on actually, like, coffee with Shona?
Yes.
Something like that for a group of people or for individuals, however,
absolutely.
Whatever, is that going to be your...
We're going to continue the coffee with the mayor process, but we're also going to do it at different times of the day because a lot of people are getting their kids to school on Friday mornings, or they're starting business, or they're meetings with their work. And so 8 o'clock on Friday mornings is not a great time for them. So we're going to move it around. We're going to move it around in times of the day. We're going to move it times of the week. We're also going to move it to different locations so that if maybe you feel intimidated coming to City Hall, that we're going to come out to you. We've been doing that already in some of our listening tour events, kind of popping up in different places in Frisco where people could just walk up at a restaurant and ask some questions because we want to be accessible. We want to make sure we're going into different areas of the community.
How do we relate that you're the right person?
Absolutely. Well, when we talked about the fact that it takes experience to do this role as mayor, I served on Frisco City Council for 6 years, from 2016 to 2022. And I was the chair of governance. I was the chair of the legislative committee, and I was on the budget and audit committee. So every single corner of this city, every single project, every single aspect of city governance, I had my hands in and was part of leading on that. So there's a lot of everything from the complex projects like bringing the PGA to Frisco. I was part of that negotiation team. And also when it comes to things like the smaller things like making sure stoplights get outside of neighborhoods to keep our residents safe. All of those things I've been a part of. And so that's a key part of my experience in bringing that to the table. But the other part of it that I have that I think is also very different than my opponents is I served as the Director of Government Affairs for the Frisco Chamber of Commerce for 5 years. And my role there was focused on being an advocate or championing the small business community and the rest of our business community here in Frisco at the state level and at the government level, at the U.S. level, so the federal level. And so I have spent hours upon hours upon hours fighting for your business to get your business to be successful here in the state of Texas and in the city of Frisco. And so that makes me unique above all the other candidates.
So one last question and we'll conclude this.
Yes.
See, as a Frisco resident, right, I have no business, okay? Yeah. Like, no commercial business as in like I don't do business. I'm an individual who goes to work, come back, I have kids, goes to school, come back. Why do I get up and go vote? Why?
Somewhere else?
Voting.
Oh, voting. Why should you go vote? Yes.
Yeah, why do I vote? I don't understand. Why should I go? What difference is it going to make to me, my life?
You should vote because this is your chance to have a say in who leads you. This is your chance to have a say in the community that you're part of. And so your voice matters. And I always like to say that if a lot of our residents have decided that, well, I mean, they're so busy. They've got other things going on and their kids are busy. They don't make the time to go do it. Some of our elections are decided by 100 votes. So you and you voting, or you and you voting, could be the decision maker. And that matters. Your vote here matters more at the city level than it does even at the federal level. You have more of an impact in the decisions that are made here at the city level than it does at any other level, than it does at the state level or the federal level. And I will say that the things that impact your daily life the most are found here at the city level. The fact that your trash is picked up, the fact that your roads are safe, the fact that you have water coming when you turn on your sink. All of those things happen here at the city level. So we want you to vote and be part of this process because we want you to have a say in who is running this city and who is representing you. The other thing I would say is, I want to represent you. I want to hear from our residents. I want to make sure that I'm representing what you want in this community. And so that's the reason you get out and vote, is because then you've got a voice in those who are making the decisions for you.
Well, I hope people got enough motivated why an individual resident of Frisco should go and vote.
Absolutely.
With that, signing off, Shiva Modi from Prime 9. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Shona.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What a pleasure. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.